Hi, and welcome to Real Life. I'm Dr. Y, and this is my wife, PJ. We're back again.
Hey, how you guys doing today? Hello, sexy ladies. Y'all doing it? Keep doing it. And the fellas, y'all look good too. Keep looking good for your ladies.
What's up, fellas? We gotta keep it real.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
Okay, you got. Let me get that
Yeah.
lipstick. Okay, we're talking about evicting the devil
Out of the house.
out of the house.
Way in, won't he?
Yeah. If you're thinking and you want to call it the devil, call it the devil. You don't believe in all that? Something dark.
A dark cloud.
A dark cloud. Something that got you and the person you with back and forth, going head to head, arguing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It just kind of comes up.
It happens.
As a matter of fact, every time you argue, you might have to go back and think about, why did that happen?
And it's tragic because a lot of relationships break up and they don't even know why.
Yeah.
And it's like they'll have these complaints and then they'll get with the next person, same thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we say we've been married for 14 years and we are where we are today, we can talk about this because we're letting you guys know to be armed with the weapons that you need in order to deal with something like this.
Yeah, you might want to stay on with some Fendachi slides just in case
Yeah, always
you get your walking papers.
Always look good.
Look good when you're walking out.
Always looking good. When you fight, look good while you're fighting. That's what we're talking about. You know, we're coming from this place, guys and ladies. So look good. Y'all know how we
look
do
good
it.
When you fight.
We ain't the only ones doing it. Y'all doing it in your own way too. So look good when you fight, and when you fight, fight with the person you with.
Fight fair though.
Don't fight against them.
Yeah, don't fight against them.
You become a team. You got to stop for a second and say, "Hold up, what's that?"
Yeah.
There's something underlying here.
You know,
and I don't think it's my husband, and I don't think it's me. It's something else.
We have a conscious and a subconscious, and then it's like your voice speaking to you, and in the middle of a conversation you may hear a tone of something that you don't like. You don't like the delivery, you don't like, maybe the timing that it was said, when it was said, and then this voice in the back of your head, in your subconscious, begins to talk. And it says, say this.
Yeah.
Because it knows how to trigger the conversation from being just maybe a disagreeable thing to now escalate it to an argument. I don't like you.
Right.
And it's like, where's this coming from? Yeah. That wasn't even the motive behind any of this. Because if you're a couple, chances are you're not in it to hurt each other. Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
You did it because you wanted them to be closer.
This thing in the back of your brain is telling you that the other person is your enemy.
Yeah.
And even though that's not logical, and men are usually logical, but I got to be frank with you, that's not logical.
Yeah.
But it sounds perfectly logical because it'll take what you say to me and make me feel like, and there it is, feel.
Yeah.
You start feeling the vibrations. You start feeling something that isn't real. And that feeling can become more. Turn your phone off when we on the show.
Okay.
People don't want to know who you talking to.
I'm trying to get messages from Mr. J. Mr. J, stop calling me while I'm on.
Mr. J better leave my wife alone.
I guess he's trying to hit me up. I don't know. I'm just playing. Mr. J. I ain't trying to get you in trouble for nothing.
But real talk.
It is not, in most cases, the person that you're with. And if you want to continue to believe that, then that is fine. You're never going to come into the light. But we're trying to make you pick the red pill or the blue pill so that you can see the light. This stuff exists. It is real. It has attacked our marriage. As a matter of fact, one of our people told us we were attacked 265 days out of the year, 1 year, because of this dark force. So if you think it doesn't exist, okay, put your blindfold on and keep it rolling. Don't listen to nothing we have to say.
Yeah.
But if you're curious, if you're just the slightest bit curious, and you do want your marriage to work or your relationship, heed our warning. And if you don't believe now, I tell you what, keep this video, and when you get into a relationship, see if we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm a professional family counselor, and I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I've seen it so many times in counseling families. You'll sit down with them, and you counsel them together,
Yeah.
and then you break them apart and you counsel them separately.
Yeah.
And you'll find out that in most cases, it's always the individual that's making the complaint that really is, they have to deal with their own demons. That's what we call it, you
Yeah.
know, because they have a way of doing things and they have yet to come to a compromise that they're in a relationship with another person. And that other person has a way of doing things.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to somehow meet in the middle and find your way of doing things. Like, for example, when I first met you, it was funny because we were in the A, and Atlanta is a hustling, bustling city, and it was up and coming. And when I met you, one of the early dates we went on, she was leaving to go to work before we were going to meet up that evening for the date. I popped in on and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And she was like, "You can't catch me, blood," and took off running.
Yeah. In heels.
In heels, down the hill into the car.
Yeah.
And she came past me so fast. I said, "Where you going?" I'm trying to get a hug and a kiss, and she's gone. And it took me a while to come to realize this is just who she is. I'm like, it wasn't that she was trying to avoid giving me a hug and a kiss. That was her playful nature. Something started telling me she doesn't want to be seen with you. That's why she takes off and leaves you at the car, and she's gone. She wants to walk through the store and look sexy for all the fellas and leave you behind.
And keep this in mind, people. We were dating.
Yeah.
At that time. So that doesn't make any sense.
It's not logical.
Why would he be thinking, I don't want to be with him and I don't want to be seen with him when I'm dating him?
You look beautiful today, by the way.
Thanks, babe. Fellas, if I know if you're out there and you're going to holler at a girl, whatever female you're talking to, and she says, "Yes, I want to hang out with you," and you guys been hanging out for some time, that means she like you. So for someone or something to tell you anything different, she don't want to be around you, that's ridiculous. Stop thinking these thoughts. Realize what it is and ignore it and not give into it.
Yeah,
because you're going to cause yourself some problems if you don't ignore it. What are you looking for? Let me tell you some things you can look for. If you feel like you don't want to be around that person anymore,
that's its goal.
That's exactly what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
It's trying to divide. Yeah. It's not about saving marriages, saving relationships. It's about messing your relationship up. And that's the goal. It is very good at it.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, nah, that's just that other person, open up your eyes, listen to what the person is saying when you guys are getting into argument and see.
Does it make sense?
Does it make sense? Is it in line with something they said when they were happy?
Seeds. They're like grains of sand.
Yeah.
They're little things, but they start piling. Imagine if somebody stood in your living room with a bag of sand and they just dropped a little bit. Yeah. At first, you don't see it.
Yeah.
And then you keep pouring and you don't see it.
Yeah.
And you pour a little bit more and it starts to make a mound, but then you get a broom and you sweep it around.
Yeah.
And then it disappears. It's still there.
Yeah, the sand is still there.
It's still there.
There are grains everywhere.
Yeah, they're just not visible.
They're just not visible.
That's what happens in relationships. It's an argument here, and they still walking around holding hands and looking lovey-dovey, and they going out and doing their thing. But in the back of their mind, all this sand is back there now, and it's building a platform. You don't see it, but it's building a platform, and eventually he's going to keep dumping that bag of sand, and it's going to be too much to sweep away, and it starts to mountain up, and now you talking about we need to separate.
Yeah,
I want a divorce.
Y'all got played by this sinister dark thing that you don't think exists. And that's how it
Because
wins.
1 minute I was happy, I was at peace, and this person says one thing to me, and now I want to roll.
Because there's this cloud that slowly comes in,
Yeah,
like a storm, and then it settles within your home,
yeah,
and it causes that problem, and it comes out of nowhere. There's a shifting of behavior of one or both of you, where suddenly you're like, dang, where did this come from? Why are we arguing about this? If you have no problems in your marriage ever,
yeah,
then that is a problem too.
yeah.
You got a problem if you have no problems.
He got you. Look,
He
hook,
already
line,
got
and
you. You
sinker.
on his team and you don't even know it.
Yeah, and he has teams.
You got worse problems.
Yeah,
Because not having any problem at all are the ones that have been taken already
yeah.
by him, already on his side. You're a part of his army. But those people who have problems, you are probably a target because your marriage is actually good.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, whatever it's telling you, think the opposite.
Yeah, that's difficult to do.
It's difficult to do, but
That's difficult.
think the opposite. If it's saying they hate me, that's
Yeah.
what it wants you to think. So you know the answer is the person really loves you.
See, that's the thing too, is that when the devil does come in, or when this dark force or sinister cloud is hanging over your house, you have to attack it with love.
Yeah.
And that there is one of the key factors in success with evicting him out. He hates it. That
Yes.
spirit hates it, the idea hates it, that ideology hates it, that thing talking in the back of your brain hates it, your body hates it, everything about it hates when love comes in, because it tries its best to reject love. And whoever can love harder wins. That thing can't handle it. My wife got good at it. She got real.
Oh, I'm good at it.
Yeah, she's a fighter, man. She ain't no joke. But we fight with love instead of fighting with all this negative energy. If I'm going off and acting stupid, now I got my moments, folks. Something just happens. But when it does, my wife will eventually she starts eyeballing me like. She give me this look, and you see her put her head back like, uh-huh, something's in here.
Something's here.
Something's here. And then she'll say, babe, you with me? You with me? And I'll be acting whatever kind of way, and she'll come around my desk or wherever we are and grab me and hug me and be like, I love you, babe. I love you.
And
I love you, babe.
Love.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with something like this, if you don't remember anything else, love is the most powerful weapon.
My God.
That
That's
is
it.
the weapon you need to be armed with. The more you use it, the more powerful it is. So
Yeah.
do not get convinced. Divorce is the answer. That's exactly what it's trying to get you to do. You got to do the opposite. Fight, but fight with love.
And now you have a job to do. Your job is to identify it. Your job is to suppress it. And your job is to rule with love.